welcome back to another episode here on Faithelicious and Friends. I do appreciate you being here today. I'm going to be having someone fill up this seat in a few minutes. Someone I'm so super excited to have, here. Yeah, geographical location and everything has been a problem, but I finally did it. I dragged him in here, and he's going to be here to talk about something really interesting. So I want you to stick around. But in the meantime, don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, the thumbs up. Please go ahead and hit it, and then also subscribe so that you get whatever it is that we have put up here for you. You can also hit the little bell on the side. There's a little check, there's a little bell on the side. Once you hit that, it gives you a notification whenever we upload anything. I do not take it for granted that you're here, so let's do this together, and let's meet who I have on today's episode of Faithelicious and Friends. Hi everyone, welcome to Faithelicious and Friends. And yes, sitting with me is indeed a friend, a mentor, and a confidant.
Okay.
I'm with Jay! I'm so happy I have him here today. I actually was worried that I may not be able to get him because of, distance, geographical, and all that. And
right.
Yes, I'm happy that, I have this opportunity to do this.
Yeah,
and he's busy.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a busy bee.
Really?
So it's golden.
Story of my life.
That he's here right now. Okay, so proper introduction. Yeah. I have with me Onimisi Jude Adaba.
Why were you emphatic on Jude?
Because not a lot of people know that that's your name.
Well, now you know. That's how it changed. Yeah.
Good to have you here, OJ. Thank you.
It's good to be here, Faith.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good.
You look well. You're doing well. Yes. Maybe I should ask you the questions instead of you asking me the questions.
No. OJ, before you have to ask me the question, you probably hire someone to ask me the question. But, I will ask you the question, being that you've been in the game longer than I have.
Well, okay, if you say so.
Okay, so today on...
Faithelicious, it sounds like Faithelicious and Friends. Sounds like Delicious and Friends.
Oh my God.
Which is nice, which is good. I mean... It's a delicious show, and it's Faithelicious.
Okay, let's call it FNF.
Faith and Friends. Okay.
Yeah.
Faithelicious and Friends.
Okay.
Faithelicious and Friends.
It's not Faithelicious.
Okay, yeah. Faithelicious and Friends. Yeah.
Yes.
Faithelicious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
So today on this episode, we'll be talking about something quite interesting that I think a lot of us can relate to. How many of you have been in that situation where you want to start something and then you just drag it out? You can't start for one reason or the other. I have.
For 200.
And I think all of us can connect to it. And I decided to tag it the fear of starting.
Yeah.
The fear of starting. So I'm glad you're here to talk about that today, because you started quite a number of projects, and I'm sure you had your own challenges, which you will be sharing. Probably, hopefully,
yeah,
definitely,
keyword.
Definitely. I think I want to get your description of what you understand as fear of starting.
So, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
It's good to be on the show. So there's this friend I have in Lagos. I had her on my show once, and she talked about a book. We talked about her book on the show, in which she talked about starting afraid, or rather do it afraid. I think she's Omilola.
Okay.
Crazy story she's had, or rather inspiring, interesting story she's had. Life, marriage, work, business, and all of that. And that stuck with me, starting afraid, or rather doing it afraid. And which is just doing your projects or having to start your projects, you're scared, yes, but hey, take the jump, take the leap. What's his name? Steve Harvey tags his jump. Just jump.
Jump.
Jump, because yes, you jump, your parachute will open, or even if it doesn't open, you'd fall.
Splat.
Yes, but you won't die.
Huh?
You know, you'd get yourself injured, and not the real life jump. I mean, business jump.
Okay.
Take the risk, take the plunge. You know, you get yourself injured. You know, like he says, you get your skin torn off and all of that. But it's okay. You heal. You get better. You learn and you move. So yeah, starting afraid. Was that what you said? Starting afraid.
Fear of starting.
Fear of starting. You know, it's. I think it's normal with everybody in trying to launch into the unknown.
Yeah.
What people have always talked about or shared with you about, or what you've always thought about. It's normal. It's okay, but it's worth taking the risk, worth taking the jump. Otherwise, we wouldn't be where we are right now.
But I'm curious, you know, when I was thinking about this, the question, why are people scared of starting, you know?
Because you're launching into the unknown. You've never been there before. The safety of having a job that gives you the salaries at the end of the month, it's so comfortable, it's so okay. But I think deep within everyone, a whole lot of people, there's something that yearns for more. And in fulfilling that requires jumping, requires the plunge, requires taking a risk, requires starting a business, for instance, starting a project. You know, for me, okay, my personal story, the men's room project, for instance.
Yeah.
I've had that in mind since 2008.
Really?
I didn't get it on radio. Yeah, I didn't get it on radio till 3-4 years ago. And even at that, the other arms of it, I didn't get them starting until later on. You know, just for just being afraid, you know, procrastinating and all of that. But I eventually started, and I see the effect. You know, I get called saying, "Hey, look, you're doing a great job." The other day, I had a woman I'd never known called me, and we talked like we were friends from a long time ago.
Whoa.
She opened up and shared her life story with me. For about 45-50 minutes we were on the phone. Her credit ran out on one phone. She called me on the other phone until the credit ran out. Yes. You know, so for me it was so heartwarming to know that, hey, look, this is the effect of Men's Room Project, or the radio show part of the project that I had stalled in starting for fear of what would people say, how would it be perceived, how would it be received, what if. There's so many what ifs. But if we dwell on the what ifs, we probably wouldn't fulfill purpose, fulfill destiny, and achieve goals. We need to look beyond the what ifs. We need to jump ahead of the what ifs. The light bulb, for instance, I gathered it was tried about 1,000 times.
Yeah, about 900 or
something like that. But the more you try, the more you realize what didn't work, and you improve on it. You put that touch there. Okay, this didn't work. Let me do it like this, like this, like this, and you just keep fine-tuning until you get it, until the light finally comes on and stays on, and the bulb doesn't bust or something doesn't happen, and finally we got it.
Yeah, but you see, the thing now is that when you want to start a project or business or whatever it is that you want to start, there are other factors that play a role. For example, finances. Major. And by the time you've tried it 1-2 times and it hasn't panned out, you know, there's that,
I'm tired.
I can't do this
Which is
anymore.
okay, which is normal, which is fine, but you've got to go beyond giving up. Why didn't it work? Okay, the finances. Are there other people I can speak with? Are there things that I can do? Should I put it on hold while I do something to get me the funds I need to kickstart it later on? Can I partner with people to help me? Just to help me, but to help us. Look, we're in an age of partnerships right now. We can't do it all by ourselves. You need me, I need you. You need this, I have it. I need what you have it. So you probably wouldn't give it for free. How can we benefit from each other? So partnerships come in. Collaborations, and you sign MOUs and you get things done like that. For me personally, that's how I've been able to get a couple of things done. without really paying the physical cash. You know, work out partnerships within and outside the industry. But if we sit there saying, what if it won't work? I don't have the money.
Nothing
You
ever
don't
happens.
have the money, yes. But somebody out there has it. It's up to us, up to you, to work out how you can get the money to get it up and running.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the number one thing you want to have at the back of your mind is, what do you want to start? Have you identified that project, that business, the area, that line? Where do you want to focus on? That's a question that you want to ask yourself, and probably put pen to paper and answer. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for more. Hi, Faithelicious and friends here. We are still looking at fear of starting. I'm sure a lot of you are connecting to this. I do hope you are connecting to this, actually. But we've moved from what it is, why people are scared of starting. We want to move into the how right now. So let me ask you this, OG.
Yeah.
How do we overcome this fear even while starting? Because there's that first phase of starting. There's that phase of procrastination, and eventually you put your toe into the water. You're still afraid. Yeah. You're still afraid, and you're like, do I withdraw? Do I go on? You know, so how do we overcome this fear while starting?
So I'm not an expert. I'm doing it afraid myself.
Okay.
You know, and just gliding along. Not because I have the answers, but share from my own experience, which is working out for me. A step at a time. Because even in the process, you would still be afraid. You still have, but then again, you'd have some moments that will just give you the boost, as in, I think what works for me is just taking record of, just being able to feed off of the energy of some modicum of success, some modicum of well done, some pat on the back, and fueling me to try it out in moving forward.
What if you don't get that? What if no one around?
You've got to pat yourself. Nobody should be around. I mean, you should pat yourself on the back before anybody comes to do it for you. People coming to do it for you should be like, that's the external. It should come from your inside. Some conviction, some drive, some feel, some flow should come from the inside of you that would probably attract people to come and say, hey, well done, keep at it. Yeah. Because if it doesn't, even if it's coming from the outside, you really wouldn't feel it as much as it coming from the inside. Of you, to attract somebody coming from the outside to say, you know what, this thing you're doing, just keep at it. It's important surrounding yourself with the right people who would just be there to give you the boost.
So basically,
boost.
It comes down to your network.
Yes.
The network of people you have.
Yeah, you'd have to have, and sometimes you probably will have to pull yourself off of some networks that aren't helping. Yeah. Showing you or telling you that the glass is half empty, or there is little in the glass and all of that. You need to find who will tell you the glass is half full, or regardless, keep at it. Regardless, keep moving. We have a whole lot of success stories right now, not because they were born into wealth, but they just took that risk. They took the jump from nowhere or no one to someone right now. I was listening to Two Faces story the other day, and these were guys that were eating on credit in Festac Town. Right now, he can eat wherever he wants to eat, do whatever he wants to do, buy whatever he wants to buy, because he stuck to it, gave it the push and all. And then with the people he surrounded himself with in the industry and all of that, I don't know the details, but he definitely must have had someone tell him, Fitzing, go and sit down. But years down the line, look where he is.
True.
So it's normal. It's okay to be afraid, to have people to tell you to shut your dreams down and all of that. But what matters is I'm going beyond all of these things. I'm just being convinced.
I remember when I wanted to start this, talking about Faithelicious and Friends.
Yeah.
I think that was January 2016.
I think I remember when you told me.
Yes, and I dragged, I procrastinated.
Yes, yeah.
I was like, okay, I need this skill, that skill. I went ahead and I went to film school, and then when I went
equipping yourself.
I was equipping myself. But you see, when I went to film school, I now had knowledge of the more equipment I needed to get.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I don't have the money, and
you just stopped there.
Yeah.
I don't have the money. Okay, so that's it.
I just. Exactly.
Yeah.
So eventually I started, right? And even when I started getting myself together to shoot for the first time, there was this tiny voice at the back of your head of, oh my God, if you go out there and it doesn't come out good, the internet can be unforgiving. They're gonna judge you harshly. They're going to, and it just brings me to the next question I want to ask you. How do you overcome that? Because we've talked about the fear of starting. How do you overcome the fear of failure? Because see, one thing is to actually start, and then another thing is to be so scared of failing that you just don't even go ahead.
So Karen Wheeler, a one-time singer, I don't know where she is now, I don't know, but I can't remember the name of the song, but she had great songs then. In one of her songs, she says, success is failure turned inside out. So it's okay to fail. It's okay not to get it again. Steve Harvey talked about it in his chat on jump. You jump, parachute might open, and sometimes it wouldn't open. You fall. Falling now is like, oh man, failure, the hurt, the bruises, and all of that. It's okay, but what have you learned from that failure? As one door shuts, another one opens. So failure, yes. Are you a failure? No. But failure sometimes happens. But we need to learn from it. And I think that's why it happens, for us to learn.
So in summary, if I understand what you're saying is that your failure experiences should be a learning curve for you.
Yeah, it should be a learning curve. It should be a humbling experience.
It should be a molding experience.
Yes.
Harsh molding.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's this statement, acknowledge and embrace your fear.
Yeah.
How does that work? Can you maybe break it down for us in a nutshell?
First of all, you've got to be real. Don't run away or don't acknowledge it. Own it. It is there. It's like this pen is here and I'm saying, no, it's a pencil. It's not here. It's here right in front of me. And if I don't acknowledge, I'll be lying to myself.
True.
So the fear is there, the failure is there. Acknowledge it. That, hey, look, this has happened. So now that you've acknowledged it, study it. Why did it happen? What did I do that I didn't do? What didn't I do that I was meant to do? And moving forward is learning from it. To see, okay, I'm going to try it again. And I am going to avoid doing what I did that gave me this result. That's why there's research and development. Successful organizations have what they call the R&D.
Yeah.
But if you deny it, or you don't take responsibility for it, it was this person's fault, it was that person's fault, you wouldn't go too far. So own it. Okay. Acknowledge it, and then learn, study, and then move on.
All right, so to anyone watching,
it's easier said than done. I'm telling you.
I was about to say that. In fact, what I like to say is, it's easier said than done. It might be difficult, but not impossible.
It is difficult. Not might be difficult.
Okay, it is difficult, but not impossible.
Yeah, not impossible.
All right, to those watching right now that are in this category that we're talking about, what one word do you have for them?
Keep on, keeping on. You remember that song? There's a song like that. Okay. But really, just keep on, keeping on. Make up your mind. You've got to be decisive. to have one mind regarding reaching your goal for a given project. Because if your mind is not made up and it's wavy and it's here, it's there, it's all over the place, you'll be lost and, with tides of people.
Yeah.
But just make up your mind to have one mind. Make up your mind that yes, this is where I'm going. Look, it's like, you said one word, now I'm going. Okay, let me say this for the last time. It's like pregnancy. A pregnant lady. The end result is a childbirth, a baby boy, a baby girl, which would be a joyous moment. But between pregnancy and that delivery are stages. Feet will be swollen, faces changed, you'll feel sick along the way, you'd have to check out a doctor, your body is changing, is adjusting, and it's like uncomfortable sometimes, food wouldn't stay in your stomach sometimes, and you wouldn't abort the child because of all of these. No. You go through it a day at a time. A day you want to eat this, your husband is not around to buy it for you, and you'll be craving and all of that. You wouldn't get the child out. You keep the child until it comes full term, and then you have your boom, a surprise, boy or girl. That's how it is. You make up your mind, this is where I'm going with this business or with this line of interest and all of that. Along the way, you would have your hitches, your hiccups, your difficulties. But they're there, or you experiencing them doesn't mean you give up. You keep at it. The stick-to-itness, as they say.
Stick-to-itness. Okay.
And then, Bujubantan, I make up my mind to have one mind in reaching the end of my goal.
Okay.
Tough, rough, difficult, but hey, we're getting there.
All right. Thank you so much, OJ. Yes, that was a couple of words. But thank you so much for breaking it down. Bottom line, at the end of the day, whatever it is, there's a phrase he used that he didn't use.
What's that?
Behind
the scenes?
Yeah, there's a phrase you use, and I love it, and I think it summarizes everything.
What was it?
Start afraid.
Well, yeah, start afraid.
One word.
Thanks to Umilola, she has this book, The Richer Woman. The Richer Woman, yeah. She put it in there, just starting afraid. So I'm afraid, but start. I'm scared, but start.
Yeah. So just jump in there.
Just jump in. Come on, jump in.
Maybe in the shallow side or in the deep side, just in case you don't know how to swim.
So I don't know how to swim, but I play on the shallow end. And I fit.
No, but you see, the thing is that because you're in the water, you're going to learn.
Yes.
You're going to meet people who know how to swim.
And they'll say,
come let me show you.
No, come now.
That's the way it works.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for also being here. Appreciate you. Don't forget, please, to hit the like button and then subscribe. You can also hit the little bell on the side so that you get notified whenever we have a new episode. I want to appreciate you. We don't take it for granted. Let's keep the conversation going on in the comment section. So you can just go ahead and hit us up on the comment. And remember, anybody could be on Faithelicious and Friends because we're all friends, right?
Yeah. So now that we're friends, I should ask you my questions.
In the next episode. And that's all you can take. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful, wonderful time.